If you're an Orlando Magic fan, you have to be ecstatic about Paolo Banchero. A rookie season that saw him average basically 27-4 and nearly win Rookie of the Year unanimously. A second season where he saw improvement in basically every statistical category, both basic and advanced, made the All-Star team, helped lead the Magic to a 47-win season and a top 5 seed in the East, as well as having big moments in a 7-game playoff series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Paolo seems to be on track to be what Magic fans have hoped for when he was selected first overall. He's shown potential to be something the Magic haven't seen since Dwight Howard. However, one thing that always has been a talking point with me when it comes to Paolo Banchero is that he's just scratching the surface. For as good as he's been, he still hasn't fully tapped into his potential. In this video, I want to talk about what the next step for Paolo needs to be in order to reach his immense upside, and how one thing in particular could really take his game to the next level. Before we go any further, if you're new and like basketball, I'd really appreciate if you would like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, I'm notified whenever I release a video. If you enjoy basketball, I really think you're going to enjoy my content, and doing all those things are the best way to let me and YouTube know that you enjoy the content so I can make more of it in the future. Anyways, let's talk about Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero is a 6'10", 250-pound forward with a 7-foot wingspan. On top of that, he has every athletic tool you can ask for. He's extremely physical, he's a fluid mover, he has good quickness and speed, he's an explosive athlete. When you talk about size, athleticism combinations, historically, he's rare. While not quite as explosive as some of the names I'm about to mention, you have to look at guys like prime Blake Griffin, pre-injury Ben Simmons, and LeBron James to find something similar. But it's not just physical tools and athleticism that make Paolo who he is. He's a very skilled player. He has a good handle, he has natural shot creation intangibles, he has good feel as a passer. Simply put, Paolo has the ideal baseline you look for in a potential franchise player. And through 2 years, he's shown the signs that he can be that player. However, no player is perfect. Paolo is no exception to that rule by any stretch of the imagination. And there are areas that I believe Paolo needs to improve in order to reach his full potential. I don't believe there is a bigger area to talk about in terms of a swing factor when it comes to Paolo Banchero as his ability as a rim pressure threat. Now, he wasn't terrible at the rim in his second season, but he also wasn't spectacular either. 60.8% at the rim on 6.2 attempts per game. On top of that, averaging 6.9 free throw attempts per game for a second-year player is promising. Being above 60% at the rim, being in the 94th percentile in rim volume and 98th percentile in free throw attempts is something you can look at and be encouraged by. But he also is somebody that I believe, even in his second season, could have been a lot better in this area. Paolo has a unique advantage that most NBA players don't have. He's too fast, quick, and explosive for a majority of players that can match up with his strength and physicality. He's too strong and physical for a majority of players that can match up with his speed, quickness, and explosiveness. And while he's shown promise, he doesn't fully utilize this enough in my opinion. Someone this big, athletic, and skilled should be taking more than 6 attempts per game at the rim. In fact, I think he should probably be somebody that's taking at least 10 per game. It won't be a perfect fix. I don't think him taking more attempts will magically make him Giannis or Zion at the rim. He could polish up a few things, but he has all the tools and potential to reach similar heights to those two in terms of rim pressure ability as a forward. What I'm looking for in year 3 is at least 8 attempts per game at the rim on around 60 to 64% efficiency. This to me would be a sign of promise and potential to grow into that 65+% on 10+ attempts per game player at the rim that I think he could be in the years to come. While 3-point shooting and perimeter offense is a big part of the NBA, The most important element for an offensive centerpiece is rim pressure. When Boston was at its best, it was when the Jays were aggressive attacking the rim. OKC is a contender this season because they have a really good supporting cast around a monster rim pressure threat in SGA. Dallas is at its best when Luka is getting to the rim. Memphis likely will go from a bottom 2 team to a top 3 to 5 seed in the West because they're getting a monster rim pressure threat in Ja Morant back. And do I even need to explain LeBron's career? I'm not saying it's a guarantee that Paolo is going to be as good as any of those players, only time will tell, but he has shown the potential to be that kind of player. However, if he wants a chance to reach heights like that, he's going to need to make getting to the rim the focal point of his offense. The other area of Paolo's offense that I want to talk about is one that I think would see improvement as a byproduct of being more aggressive as a rim pressure threat, and that's his playmaking. Now, Paolo has great playmaking tools, he has really good vision, he has good feel for the game, he has scoring gravity to manipulate defenses. Now, he's not perfect as a playmaker. I think the processing speed could be a bit quicker at times. He has shown signs of that in the preseason, of being better and being more decisive, just making quicker decisions. But I want to see that in the regular season as well. But regardless, I do think him being more aggressive attacking the basket will expand his playmaking value. When you look at the best playmakers in the NBA, being a rim pressure threat, whether it's as a post scorer, driver, foul drawer, or all of the above, is a big part of what opens up the offense for the whole team. Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, Trae Young, Ja Morant, LeBron James, and to a lesser extent guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Zion Williamson, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Just to name a few examples of players that use rim pressure to open up offense for everyone else. I think Paolo can reach the level of playmaking if he's able to be more aggressive as a rim pressure threat, similar to those guys. At least Zion, someone like Giannis, or even SGA. I think anything above that would be a bit of an ask, but it's not out of the cards either because he does have all the tools. I think you're looking at a 6'10", 250-pound forward that can draw enough attention at the rim to open up opportunities for others, and that would be extremely valuable. And I think if Paolo goes from 6 attempts per game to 8 to eventually 10 plus attempts per game at the rim, it would open up the offense as a whole for the Magic. It will lead to looks for guys like KCP, Gary Harris, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, and Dwight Howard. More pressure on the rim means more opportunities because the attention's all on you and it opens things up for everyone else. If Paolo can fully tap into that, the Magic will see significant improvement offensively. When the Magic took Paolo Banchero first overall, there was an expectation to be the next franchise player that they've desperately needed for over a decade. And through his first 2 NBA seasons, he's shown all the signs that he has the potential to be that player. He has a combination of physical and athletic gifts that can't be taught. He has skill and feel that can't be taught. All the tools are there. But it takes more than just having the tools to become a franchise player. It takes more than having the talent and skill to be the engine of an offense. In his first 2 NBA seasons, it's been about showing he has those tools and intangibles to be that guy. In the first 2 seasons of his NBA career, he's proven a lot. At just 21 years old, he averaged nearly 23, 7, and 5 and helped lead the Magic to a near 50-win season. But now, entering his 3rd NBA season, and the next few seasons that follow, it's about proving he can put all those tools and intangibles together to reach his immense potential. Those are the things that Paolo needs to do. There are other areas he needs to improve upon outside of the 2 that I talked about in this video. His shot selection can get better, his decision making can be a bit quicker, his defense can get better, but nothing stands out more than how he develops as a rim pressure threat, at least in my eyes. How he develops in this area will be the biggest swing factor that will determine if he's a good player or a great one. If he's just a solid to borderline good rim pressure threat like he is right now, he will still be a good player. He still will be an all-star in the league because he just proved that in his second season. But if he reaches the heights that his skill, physical gifts, and athleticism suggest he can reach as a rim pressure threat, if he can get to 65+% on 8 to 10 plus attempts per game at the rim, that has a chance to make him a great player. If he does those things, if he reaches his full potential as a rim pressure threat, he's going to be an incredible player. He's going to be an all-NBA guy. He's going to be an MVP candidate. But most importantly, he's going to be a player that you feel comfortable believing he can be your offensive engine on a contender. If you've been on this channel for a while, long-time subscriber, you probably have noticed a theme whenever I talk about Paolo. That theme being, it's not about how good he can be, because he's already proven he can be good. It's about how great he can be. It's about how he's still just scratching the surface of his potential. And I still believe the upside of Paolo Banchero is among the best in the NBA. I think if he hits his best possible outcome, he's going to be a top 5 to 6 player in the NBA. I think he could be that good. He just has too many things you can't teach for me to believe he doesn't have that type of potential. Will he live up to the superstar upside I believe he has? I can't answer that question right now because only time will tell. But it's clear the Magic have something potentially special in Paolo Banchero. At the very least, they have something very good. And that's only scratching the surface of what we might have here. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for him and this Magic team. But that's the end of this video. If you made it to this point, thank you so much. Again, haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, I'm notified whenever I release a video. I make videos about basketball, and I think if you enjoy basketball, you're going to enjoy my content. And if you enjoyed this video, I would highly recommend checking out other videos that I've made. And doing all those things that I mentioned help me out a lot. It lets me know that you guys enjoy the content. It lets YouTube know that you guys enjoy the content. And I can make more of it for you guys in the future. For long-time subscribers, you guys have probably noticed it's been almost 3 months now since I last uploaded. I went on a little break. I just needed to take some time away from it. But we're back. The season's here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about not only Paolo in this video, but maybe some predictions in the comment section below about who you think is going to win MVP, other awards, who's going to win the title. Do you have any hot takes? I'd love to all of that down below. But with that being said, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.